Hello traders, and welcome back to our channel. First of all, we want to wish you a happy new year ahead. We hope that 2024 will bring you loads of profits on your side, and hopefully this is gonna be your year. And I'm pretty sure that for most of you, you had a good year in the previous one, and if that's the case, keep it going in 2024 again, but 10 times better. So with that being said, let's start off with the DXY, and DXY here is in a downtrend. As you can see, we have loads of bearish waves that are followed by consolidations, creating new lower lows. Again, the price is going down, down again, consolidation, a new lower low, and then we had this small one here that pushed the price back down and created this last lower low. As you can see, the price is developing into a channel here, so this here is a good indication that the trend will keep hopping between these two lines. And the way things are looking, as you can see, we don't have divergence on the MACD between these two bearish waves. So what we expect here is a crossover on the MACD, which means that the price will continue to push back up, and then it will give us another drop. There is also a possibility that the price could push a bit higher, hit this zone and the confluence between this zone and the trend line, and then drop. But we have to wait and see. For this week, I'm expecting it to be a slow week in the beginning, and maybe on Thursday and Friday we'll get some liquidity. But for that, we need to wait for the price to finish this consolidation. And then if we get the sell setup, we're gonna go with this drop. Moving on to EURUSD. For EURUSD, the price is making higher highs, and now we are finding ourselves in a consolidation. We're close towards this trend line, but I don't think this is over yet. I think the price will drop a bit more, and I'm expecting it to either hit this area here or go a bit lower towards this zone, and also the confluence between the trend lines. So we might have a deeper pullback on EURUSD, something similar to this, what happened here. So after this is over, I'm expecting a reaction towards the upside, and at some point we'll definitely take out this top here and create a new higher high. So for EURUSD, my bias is bullish, but first let's wait for this consolidation to finish, either from this level, either a bit lower from this second area. Okay, for pound USD, if you remember, we were expecting the price last time we spoke that it will continue to make higher highs, and it did. It finished this consolidation here, then the price pushed back up, created a new higher high. Now we had a new one created around this level, and the way things are looking right now, I'm expecting here a consolidation, a drop, and then the price to push back up again and take out these tops. For dollar yen, the trend is pretty strong towards the downside. As you remember, we broke here this trend line, we got this pullback, and then the price started to make continuous lower lows. And right now we are finding ourselves in this area here when the price is starting to consolidate. Similar to the other two, we expect here a crossover on the MACD, which means that the price will have to climb a bit and then another drop to give us some divergence, and also to take out this previous lower low here. So let's wait and see what happens. I don't encourage you guys to trade it. Only if we get a deeper pullback, a deeper consolidation, then yes, we're gonna wait for a reaction. But other than that, I don't think this is recommended to trade because we don't have any setup here, and for the price to create this kind of pattern, it will take some time, maybe a week or two, and it's something that we have to look on in the future. Okay, so dollar yen, I'm expecting the price to drop, but first we have to see if we get a consolidation either from this level, a small one or a deeper one, or if the price drops from here and then pullbacks, then okay, then we can go down one more time. For Australian dollar versus the US dollar, the price is continuing to climb up, and as you can see here, the momentum is dying out a bit. So we see that the volume here in this last candle started to decrease, and we got this wave down, and right now the way things are looking, we don't have too much liquidity here, so this could be a bit messy. This could crawl its way up and at some point pull back and then go back up. So I'm expecting here a consolidation as well, like on the all majors. The price could continue to go back down either from here, either it will climb a bit and then drop before going back up and creating this higher high here. For dollar CAD, the trend is strong towards the downside. We broke this trend line, then we consolidated here, then the trend become bearish. You can see we have this bearish trend line here. So what I'm expecting here after this sharp drop, I'm expecting the price to consolidate towards this trend line and then push back down and take out this low. This one here has great potential to break this level here. If you remember, we were saying that at some point after we broke the trend line, if we get a bullish reaction and afterwards we are followed by a consolidation, then this will go back up. But as you can see, this wasn't the case because the price continued to go back down, and we were prepared for this because the price action told us the story that the price will fall because we had this drop, and then if you look at it, by the way this moved here, this consolidation, it was clear that the price will drop from this level because we didn't get a strong move towards the upside followed by consolidation. We got a sideways move, a range, and then this means that the price will continue to go in the direction that it created in the first place. Okay, so for dollar CAD, we expect the price to climb a bit, maybe towards this trend line, finish this consolidation, and then drop one more time, taking this low here, and then we'll update you later on. For gold, gold here is moving towards the upside slow and steady. I'm expecting this one to not give us any setups for now. This could crawl its way up like this, so it will be pretty difficult to enter this one. But from an analysis perspective, I'm expecting the price to continue to increase at some point and break this top here and create a new higher high. For silver, silver is looking a bit better than gold. As you can see here, we might get a nice setup towards the upside. You can see that the price dropped, collected all this liquidity from these levels here, and then it gave us a strong bullish wave towards the upside. And now the price is consolidating here. You can see that it dropped again to collect this liquidity from these consolidations. We also tried to fill this fair value gap area. It's not filled completely, but I think this is enough for now. So the price might start from here to go up, take out this top, and even this top as a target. So keep an eye out on this one. For oil, the downtrend is still in play. You know that here we had this drop and now this pullback here that we forecasted in our previous analysis to happen, to hit this trend line, and then drop is happening as we speak. So here still I'm biased towards this consolidation to finish. We have to wait and see. This doesn't mean that if we hit this trend line the price will drop. We have to wait and see. There's a possibility that it might happen from here, but the way things are looking, I'm expecting this one to become a bit complex because the price dropped pretty sharply here and we didn't have any big pullback. So I'm expecting the price to gather up a bit and create this deeper pullback, maybe hit the second trend line. Okay, so for the buys, for me to be convinced of the buys, we need to break this yellow line here that I just highlighted, and then if we get a consolidation, then this is our trade towards the upside. Other than that, we're gonna monitor the price to see if we get towards this trend line, and from there we'll see if we get a bearish reaction followed by consolidation, which will mean that the price will drop one more time, or if we get past our level here and then consolidate to go for the upside. So we have to wait a bit more for this one. No setups are cooking right now. But from an analysis perspective, let this develop the way it wants here. Don't touch it at the moment because it's not ready. Anything can happen, okay? Natural gas is creating another pullback here, but be careful because this pullback might be a bear trap. The price might give you the indication that this is consolidating here and then it will drop again, but we have to wait and see because there's also a possibility that the price will drop again without breaking the low and then resume its way up towards this areas here. So you have to wait and see because the price can move pretty messy. I'm going to show you an example of that. And as you can see here, you can see how the way the price moved inside. We had this wave and this big drop coming from the upside, and then all of a sudden the price started to go back up and then it moved messy, creating a range. All these pullbacks might give you a headache, and what I'm trying to say with this is that we might encounter something similar in this pattern here, maybe on a smaller scale, but overall I think the price has the tendency to do something like it did here. Loads of sharp impulses followed by deeper pullbacks. So if you guys trade it, it will be pretty hard to stay in this kind of trades. So I'm expecting something similar here eventually, and if everything is on our side, then I'm expecting the price to come back up here and break this top. But like I was saying, in a messy manner, because here you can see it has the tendency to move messy at the beginning, giving you the indication that this is a consolidation for the downside, and at some point it will spike up like it did here, pull back, and then you can see it went back up. So I'm expecting a similar pattern here. But even if this goes back down, then there's no problem because we don't have any setups at the moment. So we have to let the price get out of this consolidation, either towards the upside or towards the downside. But if it goes towards the upside, we know what we have to do. We have to wait for a pullback and then go with our buy setups. And if that happens, I advise you guys to take profits every time the price makes a new higher high inside this area here, because then you can get stuck in the trade. It can come back down to take you out, and then it will move again in your direction. For S&P is continuing to climb. We don't have any setups for now. I'm expecting here to make a consolidation and then one more move towards the upside. This one is trending. It's pretty hard to get into a trending market. So what we need to do is to wait for a deeper pullback and then go with our bullish reaction. If not, let this crawl its way up. We don't have any chance to enter because we don't have any setups. So we'll stay away from it. But I'm expecting more bullish momentum here. But if we get a deeper pullback along the way, then we're gonna be careful and monitor it in order to get in our trades. Okay, for NASDAQ, similar to the S&P, this one is still crawling its way up. The way this is looking here, it has a better chance to pull back than the S&P. So either we'll get a small one before we move up, either we'll head towards this trend line or this zone here, and then maybe we can resume the uptrend. If this happens, then this will be a good buy setup because we have loads of liquidity here, and we'll get a nice risk to reward from these levels or from this trend line to move back up and break this top again. For Dow Jones, I'm expecting here the price to crawl its way up, continue to crawl its way up, but if we get a pullback, then we have to pay attention to not miss this trade towards the upside again, because the way things are looking right now, we don't have any setup, and we have to wait for a proper pullback before getting in. NIFTY, this one is crawling its way up. Let's wait and see what happens here. The trend is pretty strong towards the upside. Wait for a pullback. Maybe it will break the top again, then wait for a pullback or a consolidation, a sideways move, and then we can go with this buy. Bitcoin just started to pump last night, so we had this consolidation here. That was a good indication after this wave up that the price will eventually come back up and take out this top. So we're close to the 46k level, and as things stand, wait for a consolidation, and then this is your trade towards the upside. No need to short this one for now. The trend is pretty strong. We have the momentum on our side, so we're coming just after a consolidation here. So most likely this will continue to go back up, making small consolidations and maybe hit the 50k level. Okay. For Ether, the trend is pretty clean towards the upside. It's respecting this trend line, as you can see, and now the price is started to climb. We have a few more pips before we create a new higher high in this area here, so wait for a consolidation and then one more move towards the upside. So guys, with that being said, this is our first video of 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and like I was saying in the beginning, I wish you guys a happy new year ahead, a profitable year, and don't forget to always trade with care. See you guys on the next one.